Stallion sitting up on the 5 recruits in 1 month. Good job. Woo! Okay, all right. What I'm going to talk to you today is about referral selling. And if I get through the presentation and I say stuff twice, that means I thought I didn't say it in the other session. You know, you got to get confused. All right, but I'm going to try to get through it. All right, but anyway, referral selling. Did you know referral selling is the best way to sell anything? You know that? And you can talk, you can speak up, you can nod your head or whatever. Referral selling is the best way to sell anything. I'm not talking about just rainbows. I'm talking about anything that you wanted to sell. The referral selling is by far the best way to sell anything. So that's the first thing I'm going to share with you today. The second thing I'm going to share with you today is that how would you like to run as many demos as you can physically run with no problem? Anybody in here ever have a problem getting on demos?
No.
All right. Well, if you never had a problem getting on demos, would that excite you just a little bit more?
Mm-hmm.
What about getting leads? What if you could never had a problem? You had as many leads as you could physically get, or you could physically call. Would you like the rainbow business a little bit better if you did that?
Yes.
What about if you went on them demos and more people? I'm going to go and tell them quiet now. I'm trying to do my part. More people, when you got to that house, was there than they are now. You know, it's just the way to tell them this is how the rainbow business is. Sometimes they're not going to be there. That's just a fact. Things come up, dog gets hit, got to go to the vet, whatever. Sometimes they're not going to be here. But suppose you could increase. Yeah, all right, I'll stop. Do I have to start all over again, or do y'all? Okay. No, sit down. I'm playing. All right, these guys. I get John Hoots over here. All right, but anyway, have you? Suppose you could just get out there and more people be at home when you show up. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yes. Would you like to be able to have a better closing average than you do now? If you're closing 1 out of 3, suppose you get closing 1 out of 2. Wouldn't that make you a little bit more excited? Well, I'm going to share with you today how all of that stuff, all the things that makes this business work good, I'm going to show you how you can make that work better for you. I promise you. I really do. Because, see, referral selling is the best way to sell anything. I'll give you an example. Our executive sales director, Jeff May, in fact, him and his wife and me and my wife were out one time and in the near future, and we were talking, and he said, Benny, you know what? You won't believe what happened to me this past week. I said, well, what is it, Jeff? He said, well, I was over at my brother-in-law's house. And my brother-in-law came up to me and he said, Jeff, you won't believe what I did this past week. And Jeff said, well, what did you do? What did you do? He said, I went out and bought a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Now, I don't know whether you're familiar with Tempur-Pedic mattress. I don't know anything about a Tempur-Pedic mattress. I don't know how much they are, how good they are, whatever. I don't sleep on one. But he said, you know, I was getting a little bit older, and my shoulder's really hurting really bad in the mornings when I wake up. I won't resting at night. I really didn't feel good. And I thought I could just go out and buy one of these Tempur-Pedic mattresses because people said they're so good. And I thought I could get to sleeping better. And he said, you know, I started sleeping better than I have in my whole life. I wake up in the morning, John, I just feel rested. My shoulder's not hurting no more. I mean, that is absolutely the best thing we have ever bought in our whole life. I love that Tempur-Pedic mattress. And Jeff said, Benny, you know what Carla and I did the next couple of days? You know what he did? Yep, you're right. We went out and bought one of them $5,000 Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Now, the reason I tell you that is this. Suppose Jones Furniture Store, downtown, comes on TV and says, hey, come on down here to Jones Furniture Store. We got the mattresses going out the door right here. We got plenty of them. Come on down. We're cutting the prices, slashing them in half. Ain't for $5,000. Come on down here today. Get you a brand new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Do you think Carla and Jeff would have jumped up out of the seat and run down to the store to buy that Tempur-Pedic mattress? Why did they buy that Tempur-Pedic mattress? Do you think it'll help your sales career by getting referrals from somebody that wrote down their brother, mom, and see, we don't ask for a whole lot. Mom, dad, brother, sister, best friend, okay? And you wrote down a list of names, and in my case, we went to see Jared or anybody. Take my family, all right? I would call you. We went out and you referred your dad to go take a look at something, and Carla just bought one, whatever he was selling, a rainbow. Now she referred her other uncle, and he had just bought one last week, and we're supposed to go show her brother this coming week, and he knows 2 out of the 3 family members had already bought one of what he's bringing over. Do you think that gets them thinking a little bit about, well, honey, we might just buy one of these. My sister bought one, you done bought one, Carlos bought one. You know, do you think that could improve your closing average? Yes. Absolutely. You probably said, no, I'd rather run a registration. Registration, you know, they're good. I've sold a lot of them. But mainly when I sell them, it's when I ain't got no leads. I don't sell many of them because, you know, hey, I love the registration program because we got to go out there and we got to go somewhere. We got to, you know, Jamie, we got to do something, right? So we go out there and that program works. But I tell you what, had you rather run one of them leads or a box lead or registration or some other type of leads, or would you rather run a referral to somebody else referred somebody else? Absolutely right. Referrals are the best way to sell in our business. That is absolutely the best way. Now, what I'm going to share with you today is some of the tools that makes referrals come easier. First of all, I'm going to share with this. You know how you get a lot of referrals? One good way. One really good way. You might want to write this down. This is one really good way to get referrals. Be on time. Be on time. You know, you never start your presentation with an apology. You know, the worst presentation you could actually do is when you start it with an apology. Oh, I'm sorry, you know, the traffic, whatever, you know, yeah, that was, you know, I don't want to have to go through that. You know what? Some people might not write names down because you might be late to their friend's house, and their friend, he knows if you're late at his house, he's going to probably throw you out of the house and not look at it anyway. You understand what I'm talking about? Be on time. That's one way to get referrals. You know, it's not that hard. You know, I've been in the business for 33 years now, and still when I go on a demo, I leave at least 30 minutes before I'm supposed to get there, a lot of time that it takes me to get there. If the appointment's at 7 o'clock, what time do you get there? Don't answer me because I know what some people will say. Oh, 7:15, 10 minutes to 7, 5 minutes to 7. I said it's appointments at 7 o'clock. What time are you supposed to get there? It ain't a hard question. It's 7 o'clock. Let me tell you something. If you're coming to my house, my wife, Lisa, fixes, when people come, she acts like it's a big party if just somebody's coming over. You know what I'm saying? She might have some stuff set out for you, might have food, whatever. Larry, you know, but anyway, she might do things. If you got there at 10 minutes to 7, and she's not finished setting everything up, you know what she's going to do? She's going to get upset. God, I thought they were coming at 7, and you know, I'd have had it done by 7. So don't get there early. Don't get there late. Get there on time. I can tell you this. I've been down the road sitting a half a mile down the road waiting for 7 o'clock to come. Well, you know, if I slipped in there a little bit early, I could catch the end of Dining with the Stars or something. if I rush through this demo a little bit, I might get catch the Dancing with the Stars or whatever they do on TV. Dancing with the Stars. Hey, that's a good one. Dancing with the Stars.
I'll start that up.
Somebody needs to take on to that, and I ain't gonna charge you no royalties for telling you about it.
Yeah.
All right, Dancing with the Stars. All right, but anyway, you get there when you say you're gonna get there. You get there at 7 o'clock. I've been down the road. All right, it's 2, and this is God's honest truth. It's 2 minutes. It's 3 minutes. By the time I get there, right, take that thing. I mean, I'll be hitting on that door at 7 o'clock, and I go up to that door at 7 o'clock, and I hit on that door at 7 o'clock. And they come to the door, and let me tell you something, John. Many times, I've had the guy say, "Daggone, buddy, you on time, aren't you?" How do you like starting that demo? I'll tell you another way you start your demo that's real nice. Look neat. Shine your shoes. No stains on your clothes. No rag. I mean, you can't even buy a pair of jeans today that ain't got holes in them. They sell them for more and they got less material. I don't understand it, but that's just the way to do it. I got a pair of myself in the room. I'm going to wear home tomorrow, but they got holes and stuff in them. Because you can't buy a whole thing. Don't wear them in the house, though. Wear them down to the park, go somewhere else. But I can tell you, look good, smell good, be on time, throw a mint in your mouth. Okay? All that stuff. Let me tell you something, folks. If we're talking about referral selling, if you do all of that wrong, they probably don't want to send you to their friends. They probably don't want their friends to know you. Because that just ain't the way you do it. Let me tell you something. It's something else, and Billy just talked about it just a minute ago. If you're going to be really successful at Rainbow, if you're going to be really successful in this business, you know what you got to do? You got to get control of your lead program. You know how many appointments that were set for me when I got in the Rainbow business?
None.
0. None. I didn't want nobody else setting my appointment. I wanted to know about the appointment when I set it. I wanted to build a rapport with the customer over the telephone. When I got there, I wanted them to know that I was the one that called you and I was the one that was coming over. You know, have you ever been to? Well, I thought a girl was coming. Huh? You know, you ever had that? See, that's other ways. Well, look, you don't have to set your own appointments. You can let somebody else do it. You can continue with your measly closing average. You can continue with apologizing at the door because it was supposed to be a girl, now I'm a man. You can do all these kind of things, but if you're going to be really successful, you know this. The people that Jackie and Debbie Walker. Now Jackie Walker sold over 30 rainbows a month. I recruited him into business. I mean, he worked out of my office, and you know what? He never set his appointments, but you know who else did? You know who did? Debbie Walker. Set every single one of them. I will promise you this, if you don't get control on setting your appointments and getting your referrals, you won't ever be really, really successful in this business. You'll run through slumps, you'll run through dips, oh gosh, I'm out of leads now. Well, I ran you all out of leads. You ain't even looking at your leads. You don't even know how many leads you got. You don't even know that he blew off 5 last night in the marketing department, and you didn't have a 7. Now you're wondering why we ain't got nowhere to go. If you take control of your own lead program, you'll know where you got to go. I ain't fussing at you. Don't get mad at me. Y'all look at me like you're going to throw a rock up here. I ain't going to do that. We're not at a Trump protest or nothing, so I don't want to leave out here bloody. I can tell you. But please, get control of your lead program. But let me tell you something. You know how you get a lot of them. Suppose, just suppose, John Hoops, do you actually turn your dealers out with new dealers out with rainbows and equipment whenever they start selling rainbows? That costs you a lot of money, John. Suppose we had to start turning you out with brochures. Hey, this is a nice brochure. I mean, really, when you stick that thing in that thing right there, that thing cuts on and it sucks so much dirt out of your coffee you wouldn't believe it. I mean, believe me, I was. I mean, that really does. It works there. And you talk so hard about it that you try to sell it so bad, and then you say, hey, it's worth $2,500. If I say you're crazy. You know, I've heard people say the rainbow sells itself. It does properly demonstrated. That's the reason we ain't got them on stores. You better be glad it don't sell itself. Don't we have them in Walmart? We got to go in, we got to demonstrate the product. Let me tell you something, you got to demonstrate your products if you're going to get a lot of referrals. Let me ask you something else. How many products do you demonstrate when you're trying to get a lot of referrals? You want me to tell you?
All of them.
All of them. If I went around this room right here, right now, if I went around the room right here, if you're honest with me, I could probably find 6 to 8 to probably 10 different 10 different things. The reason you bought a rainbow. Ryan, why did you buy a rainbow?
Got dirt.
Yeah, and Ryan may say get the dirt out of the car. You may say you like the way it clean the air. You may say I like the fragrances. My wife said I like the color. And that was back when we were selling the ugly ones. Oh, I love that. He pulled out the box. I felt like smacking him. We ain't even started the presentation yet, Lisa. You trying to get me to buy something. You know, I'm telling you. So everybody buys for a different reason. Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you agree to that? You would. Now, how do you know what part is going to get them excited about giving you referrals? You don't. You know, some people say, you know, the presentation with the Aquamate. I don't want to see a show of hands, but just think to yourself, how many people in this room show a shampoo on every single demo that's got some type of carpet that they can demonstrate? Now I'm glad for your honesty. All right? Good. All right? Let me tell you something. On every single home that's got carpet, you do a shampoo demonstration. How many did I say? Every one of them. Let me tell you why. Let me give you a fine example. It was Friday evening, 6 o'clock. Had a demo. Somebody called up with a demo and they didn't want to run the demo. I couldn't get nobody on the phone. But you know who run it? I did. You know why? Because I don't take no chances on any part of the business. See, I ain't the sharpest dude. I had to make sure I tried to do everything right to be successful in this business. And every kind of little odd that I could stack in my favor, that's what I did. That's the reason I became distributors. That's the reason John Hoot became distributors. That's the reason successful people like to do what unsuccessful people don't like to do. On a Friday evening, I said, yeah, I'll take the appointment. I'll go run it. I got to the appointment. I realized why I didn't want to run it. It was a little bitty house, about like the size house I live in when I got in Rainbow, about 1,100 square feet. A little bitty house. I knocked on the door and a little old lady came to the door. She was 85 years old, widow. When I walked in the house, I said, hey, how you doing? I was there on time, and I looked good, and I smelled good. I didn't look good, but that's a personal thing. I don't have to deal with the rest of my life. But I can tell you, I went in there, and I said, hey, how you doing? And I had that smile, and I said, we just had a good warm-up. And I went in there, and I started showing the rainbow demo. And she had an E2 blue rainbow. She hadn't bought it about 3 or 4 years ago. Back when I was showing this, it's been a while back. And I started showing her the rainbow demo and showing her all the changes, and this pops in, this pops out, and all this kind of stuff. And Miss Lewis, you'll like this part right here, because I know you do this, whatever. I got through, like I always do when I do the demo, Powder's demo, I go out there to get the shampooer. Okay, we do that? Now when I go out and get the shampooer, I've got the shampooer and the rain jet. And in my bag, I got the shampoo and the rain jet. And so I go out there and I get that. Now, 85 years old, John, one little piece of carpet in the room. She's already got a rainbow. Don't have a shampoo with that one. I know you ain't supposed to make it so complicated, but let me tell you something. I'm going to show you how to make it really easy for anybody to use a shampooer. But has anybody got any thought in their mind to not go get that shampooer? This lady's 85. She probably ain't going to shampoo on the carpet. She probably ain't, she's got a little house right here. She probably, I'm just saying, would you not go out there and get that shampooer? You know what? I've been with some dealers on demos that walked out of the house at that point in time and said, we're going to show the shampooer. I say, absolutely. They got carpet. We're going to show the shampooer. I went out there and got that shampoo out of the car, and I'm going to show you how to demonstrate it here in just a minute. I got that shampoo out of the car, went in the house, and this is what I did. I empty that water out of that basin right now. I plug that thing in right here just like this. I cut this. I say, Miss Lewis, all you gotta do is pop that off, pop that on, just like that. I already got the rinse water in it. Already got the rinse water in it. Got everything set up. Went out before I even got to the house. You just push it just like that right there. I don't even stand up. You just push it like that. Just push the slope down. See how that stain come out of your carpet? Look at that. Isn't that what you do? Then you just put it back to rinse. That's what a lot of them other shampoos don't do, Miss Lewis. Because that's where your carpet gets dirty. Because they leave so much shampoo in your carpet. But after you rinse that out, you pop it back, and then you just get all the water back. That's all you have to do. Alright? And then you also got a light side and a dark side to your carpet. So I always leave it to the light side, and then I get all the water up just like that. I get all the water up. And I'll leave it to the light side, and then that's the light side, this is the dark side. Look here, Miss Jones, this is the light side, and this is the dark side right there. Y'all know how to do that. And I took it, I cut it off just like that. And then which I show them the water. And I'm not going to go into that part, but that's what I do with the shampoo. Before I go any farther with other tools, when I got to the end of the presentation, you know what she did? She said, Vinny, I really like that new machine. I believe I'm just going to write your, how much is it? Write your check. She wrote me a check for that rainbow. Have you ever been in homes before? Everybody needs a rainbow. I honestly believe that. Everybody in the world needs a rainbow. I believe that. You ever been in a home before and they bought it and you kind of, gosh, I was looking to sell that one. I've been in a home before, I don't even see how they would use it. They got stuff stacked up over here, stacked over here, can't get it right over here. I mean, I'm thinking, what in the world are they going to do with it when they get it? But they bought it. You ever been in a place like that? All right. Well, see, this is one that you probably shouldn't have set up, shouldn't have sold, right? About the qualifications. But you know what I asked her when I got to the end? Because, see, I wanted to know. See, on them situations like that, I asked her, I said, well, let me ask you something, Miss Lewis. I know, you like this rainbow, and it's so much better than the old one and all, but what really impressed you most of all about the new one? Why did you really buy the new one? You know what she said? She said shampoo. You know what else she said? She said, my grandson brings that piece of crap over here that he has. I don't know what it is or where he gets it from to shampoo my carpet, and I hate it every time he brings it in the house. Yeah. I say that to say this. How do you know what's going to get your referrals and what's not going to get them? That is why you show it all. It ain't going to take that long. I promise you. When I do the rainbow presentation, I get done. I'll take this right here. I'll go outside. They vacuum with it. When I come back in the home, they vacuum with it. You know what you do? You take this right here. You take that and take the water out and empty it out. Then you do the shampoo, right? Now, after I do the shampoo, I just take this right here, pop this off, and then do the rain check. Now, use this on laminate floors, flat surface floors that don't have grooves in it. Okay? Because you can use this on flat surface floors without the grooves in it. But and you can use it on other ones too, but I just don't like it as good as I like this. When it's got grooves in it, it needs a brush in there to get down in the cracks and crevices. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? So I take this right here, just like this on, just like that, pop it on. And how many floors do I use this on that's got flat surface floors? Every single one of them. Every one of them. I use the Rain Jet. It's an awesome product. You take this right here, you cut it on, right? You take this, pull it out on this side, square it around, flip it over one time, plug it back down. I'm not doing the whole house. I'm just doing spots. I don't want to do the whole house. When they get done, they might not need a rainbow that to feel like they got all cleaned up everything. I'm leaving spots everywhere. Now take that just like that and cut it off. All right? Now, so I've done this part and the shampoo and vacuum. I've also shown the tools that I got, the small tools during the presentation. I've also done this right here. I've taken this, the rainbow mat. Where's it at? Alright, here you go. Alright, I've also taken this right here. You know how many people you ask to go back in the mattress? Hey, you might have to go back in your bedroom, back in the mattress. You know how many times I've been told no when I ask them, can I back in the mattress? Every time I ask them. Every time. I've never had somebody, when I just pick this machine up, see, this is what you're doing. You back in the mattress. This is during your demo. I'm leading up to what I wanted to show you. You take this, but you've already done this. You pick the machine up and you say, come on, Larry, I got one more thing I want to show you. And you'll leave and walk right by them. I've never had them in, ho, stop, I'm going to shoot you if you go in there. Never had it happen. But I'll tell you what I have had happen. This is what I have had happen. I graduated from school. High school. I ain't go to college. But I have had happen. I've had them to write me a check after I did that mattress. I've had them say, honey, I'll tell you what, that is nasty. I don't believe I want to sleep in that no more. And I just say, hey, well, you'd use it if you had it. When you do want to get the stuff out, don't you? You talk about ever get one, yeah? Okay, well, come on back here, and I'll start writing it up. I've had that happen. So you stack all the odds in your favor. You everything that you can do to help you get more referrals or get the sale. You do that in the home. You just do it. So you got this piece right here now. I've already done that. Okay? Now, so when I get done of showing it and showing the tools, because if you don't show them, you'll never know whether you missed it, because that might have been what got them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. When I get done, this is what I do. At the end of the presentation, before I ask for the money, I'll just say it like this. I say, now, Ryan, you and Miss Ryan right there, all you got to do is you take this, you can vacuum your floors just like this. You vacuum your floors. I got it going. You vacuum floors just like that. You can take this right here and pop this off, and you can shampoo your carpets just like that. You can take this right here and pop that off, and you can scrub your floors with that, just like that. You can take this right here and pop this off, just like this, and you can do your mattresses, all your flat surfaces in your home, wherever you want to go. You can take this right here and pop this off, even if you wanted to, you got tall ceilings or you got areas where you can't reach, you can actually put an extension on it just like this, and you can do all your dusting on your rafters, wherever you want to go. You can take this right here and you can run it all down the cracks and crevices as before. You never have to bend over or nothing. Just get all that stuff out of there. You can also take this right here and you can clean all the flat surfaces, or either cushions, pillows, or whatever. If you wanted to take these pipes off and you wanted it shorter, you can take it and do it just like this, just like this, just like that. Okay? Now you also can take this right here, put this back on here just like this, and go back to vacuuming with just one top of the switch. Now you can also take this piece right here when you use your range jet. If you want to use flat surfaces on the left version, you can use it like that. And you know what? You also can take this right here, pull this off, put it on low, and clean the air that you and your family breathe inside your home for the rest of your life. Now, isn't that amazing? There's one other thing that I could show you. I'll be honest with you, I don't take this in homes unless I really need to. I don't use it on sofas, I do use it on stairways, but that's another thing. When you show these tools right here, you need to make sure they understand that these tools are not for sale. They're referral tools. You can get all of this free just by talking to a few of your friends and relatives. Now let me ask you something. Another thing that we do that I feel like you should do when you go in a home. You did the Rainmate presentation up front. You know, I've been in homes that I haven't got leads, all the leads I wanted, all the instant sets or whatever up front. I have. But what you got to realize, these people don't know you. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time to build a little bit of rapport to realize that, you know, in the demo. In the demo, I say something like, see, I make sure these people know that I'm just a normal person. I got grandkids. You know what? I was in a house the other night, and when I cut that on, and you seen all that stuff blowing back out like that, and you know, all that filth, and it could be bacteria, germs, even viruses could go in that machine. You see all that stuff blowing back out. You know what the guy told me? What did he tell me, Larry? He said, he said, honey, we're never going to cut that back on in our house again. Now, then you got to say this. Can't you see why he would say something like that? You know, if my three little beautiful grandchildren was sitting around any dry vacuum system and you cut it on, I would want to bite you. Some of you I wouldn't bite. I shoot. But that's the truth. You got to show it all. You got to look, if you want to get good at Rainbow, you got to get good at referral selling. You're not going to get great at this business running registrations and box leads all the time and just taking stuff from the office. It never happens to people that way. The people that succeed in this business are people who take control of their referral program, because the most important part of all of your Rainbow career is where you go to show that rainbow and how many times you can do it. You'll find people that's interested in doing what you're doing if you do it right. You'll find people that want to buy if you just do the demo in a good home. You know what I'm saying? If you really get good at showing all your tools, and I know I'm out of time, right? If you get good at showing all your tools, and you get good at showing referral tools, people that do stuff, show them things. Jeff May taught me a long time ago, you need to work on what creates the results that you want, not the results. Don't worry about selling the machine. Worry about getting in a good qualified home and getting a bunch of them. The sales are going to come. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you get really good at referral selling, if you get really good at demonstrating the products that gets these people talking to you. Now, none of this matters if you didn't show up on time, look good, smell good, nice, respectful, all that stuff. That has got everything to do with it. People just love to give names to them kind of people. They don't love to give names to people who aren't like that. So if you get good at that and you show all your tools, you're going to do, and I'm sorry, I love Donald Trump. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, and I'm sorry, I don't want to offend nobody. But I can tell you what, I heard him say something the other day that really got me excited. And that's why I love him. He said, we're going to win, and we're going to